Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha. Girivaradari Shodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Bolo 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Shri Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Hare Krishna. Welcome, Hare Krishna. Welcome to the Friday evening Bhagavad Gita discussion. Welcome to everyone in attendance, everyone who's tuning in on Facebook Live, staying at home. Today we will be continuing our reading of Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 2, entitled Contents of the Gita Summarized. If you wish, you can take a book and we can read along. It's page number.
There are different versions here. So
This white one, if you use the white one, we can all be on the same.
no.
If you use the white one, yeah, we can all be on the same page. Literally.
Otherwise it's chapter 2, verse 21.
21, and in the white one book, it's page 93 or 94. On the top of the page. So is there anyone here for the first time? First time, yeah? 1, 2, 3, everyone. Good. So anyone who hasn't read Bhagavad Gita? Haven't read Bhagavad Gita? 1, 2, great, okay. So Hare Krishna Mataji. The Bhagavad Gita is the title, Bhagavad Gita as it is. So Bhaga means opulence or wealth, or opulence would be like wealth, fame, renunciation, strength. A kind of desirable quality. So Bhagavan means one who possesses all of the desirable qualities in complete. So that would be the Supreme Being, the one who possesses all of the great qualities. And Gita means song. So it's called the Song of God, literally. God, the Song of the Supreme. And this particular Bhagavad Gita is as it is, which means a word-for-word translation and commentary by someone who is a follower of the Bhagavad Gita, follower of Sri Krishna. There are many other versions of Bhagavad Gita, but they are not as it is. They are more like as I think it is. Which is, everybody has a right to do what they want, but if you want to get it as it is, then you take it from someone who is following Krishna and devotee of Krishna. And Krishna himself says this in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, text 2. He says, Sa evayam maya tedya yoga prakta pratana bhaktosi me sakachati rahasyam yetad uttamam. Which means, rahasya means what in Hindi? Rahasya, what does it mean? Secret, confidential secret, right? Yes. So rahasya etad uttamam means topmost, yes? Uttam. So the topmost secret that's hidden in this conversation, that's here in this conversation, it's only accessible by bhakto sime saka chiti, by someone who's a bhakta, a devoted, and a friend of Krishna. He only reveals it to one he can trust. So somebody can read it like a scholar, someone can read it as a speculator, someone can really read it as an atheist. But they won't be able to understand it unless they are approaching with a certain mood, with a mood to understand it as it is, rather than to project their own philosophies and ideals onto it. So This is Bhagavad Gita as it is. So the contents is a dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna, yes? Arjuna is a righteous king who has to fight his irreligious family members in order to establish righteousness in the kingdom. And the only thing is, his attachment to his irreligious family members is stopping him from doing his duty. So he can't dispute his material attachments for the opposing side, even though they're going to kill him, because they're his family. He doesn't want to do it because he's a compassionate person. Just like if you had a senior that you went to school, a guru, a tutor, whatever, but somehow or other they become politically against you, you still wouldn't want to disrespect them. Similarly, Arjuna, out of kind-heartedness, he didn't want to attack his family members. But he had to do that because they had become wicked. They'd become greedy, lusty for material possessions. So he just can't get past his attachment, so he asked Krishna to give him some help. You please guide me. Krishna, he says, now I'm a soul, I'm confused about my duty, and I've lost all composure due to miserly weakness. What had become weak? His intelligence, his discrimination. He wasn't able to tell what is the right thing to do. He couldn't cut through the situation with his intelligence and make a decision. So because of miserly weakness, he said, therefore I am surrendering unto you, Krishna. You please instruct me. Because Krishna is famous as being very chatur, very intelligent. So Arjuna now is going from being a friend of Krishna to being a student of Krishna. So he's changed the mood. And Krishna first of all starts to give him something called Gyan, which means knowledge. He gives him a knowledge, philosophical knowledge. You kind of say like a theoretical knowledge. So the first thing he says, look, Arjuna, all of these ideas in your head, all of these attachments in your mind, they are not befitting someone who's Gyanavan, one who knows that they're a soul inside the body and they are not the body. Because if you're the soul inside the body and they're the soul inside their bodies, then taking away the body is not a problem for the soul. Last week we were speaking, and we were just to summarize, if a child, for instance, is behaving in a dangerous way, walking with a metal object towards an electrical socket, and just as it's about to put the thing in the electrical socket and electrocute himself and blow up the house, but you intercept and you take away the metal object, is that benefiting the child or not? You're taking it away from them, not electrocuting. Yeah. It's a benefit for them, right? Yeah. They may protest, you're interfering in but you're stopping him from misusing his free will to harm himself and others. Similarly, Arjuna has been asked by Krishna to eliminate the body of the person, but he's explaining here in the second chapter, he's explaining that if you take away the body, you cannot kill the soul. So he's giving in this theoretical knowledge. So these verses, we're going to read 5 verses, and these 5 verses are the culminating in this giving him knowledge from the spiritual texts. Baba, if you can just a little bit back. Because he's sitting right in front of him. It's like a circle. Thank you. Nice tilak. So we're going to read now. It's verse 21. We're continuing the conversation. So Krishna is speaking. Here Krishna says, Vida vinasinam nityam ya enam ajam avyayam katam sapurusha parta kam gata yanti hantimam. So the translation is, O Partha, and the Partha is another name for Arjuna. O Partha, how can a person who knows the soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn and immutable, kill anyone or cause anyone to kill? Okay, what is your good name?
Suyagya.
Sri Yagya.
Suyagya.
Suyagya is your name. Really amazing name. It means good sacrifice. Suyagya. Could you read out loud the purport, the commentary? Is that okay for you? Yeah. As loud as you can.
Everything has its proper utility
and a man who is situated in complete knowledge knows how and where to apply a thing for its proper utility. Similarly, violence also has its utility, and how to apply violence rests with the person in knowledge. Although the justice of peace awards capital punishment to a person condemned for murder, the justice of peace cannot be blamed, because he orders violence to another person, according to the codes of justice. In Manu Samhita, the law book for mankind, it is supported that a murderer should be condemned to death, so that in his next life he will not have to suffer for the great sin he has committed. Therefore, the king's punishment of hanging a murderer is actually beneficial. Similarly, when Krishna orders fighting, he must be concluded that violence is for supreme justice, and thus Arjuna should follow the instruction. Knowing well that such violence committed in the act of fighting for Krishna is not violence at all, because at any day the man, or rather the soul, cannot be killed. So for the administration of justice, so-called violence is permitted. A surgical operation is not meant to kill the patient, but to cure him. Therefore the fighting to be executed by Arjuna at the instruction of Krishna is with full knowledge, so there is no possibility of sinful reaction.
Thank you very much. Suyagya, Prabhu. So here Krishna is giving Arjuna jnanam, and with this knowledge or jnana, he can engage in the warfare, because what's stopping him from doing the war is his emotions and his attachments, but the knowledge is bringing him above his emotions and his attachment to the position of the intelligence, to make to discriminate. Yes, discriminate, not incriminate, but discriminate. You discriminate will take you away from wrong behavior. Incriminate will put you into wrong behavior, criminal behavior. So here, Arjuna is being helped by Krishna to remove the emotions and the attachments so that he can engage in his duty, which is to fight. And because he does it not for his own selfish motivations, he's doing it based on the authority of the Supreme Being, Krishna. He's saying that there will be no sinful reaction for you. And then Srila Prabhupada gives the example of the justice of the peace. If you act on behalf, if the judge tells you to do something which would otherwise be illegal, but the judge has sanctioned your activity, then you don't get prosecuted for that activity, isn't it? So you get sanction from the judge, you are excused from the reaction of the action. That's like FBI, CIA, etc. If they are watching, sorry, Hare Krishna. So according to, I have one book here which is explaining a little bit the dynamics of the conversation. And according to one of our acharyas, Baladev Vidyabhushana, Arjuna may think, okay, that soul does not die, but still the bodies of the men called Bhishma and others are going to be destroyed in the battle. So okay, the soul is not going to die, but I'm going to kill the body. So that is wrong, because it will improperly deprive them of the happiness that they get from their bodies, right? So they have the body. Who am I to take away their body that they would enjoy? So now the next verse, Krishna explains to Arjuna the fault in this logical thinking. So the next verse is verse 22. But before we go on, does anybody have any questions or anything that came to mind, anything that they had? Any question at all before we continue? No? Anybody wanted to share anything or insight on it? No? Shall we continue? Really? Okay. So text number 22. Would you like to read? You want to read? Prabhu? You want to read text 22? You can read the English.
As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and uses one.
Thank you very much. What is your name, Prabhu? Yeah.
Jatan.
Jatan.
Yeah.
Jatan. Would you like to read the purport, the first paragraph there?
Yeah. Change of the body by atomic individual soul is an accepted fact. Even the modern scientists who do not believe in the existence of the soul, but at the same time cannot explain the source of energy from the heart, have to accept continuous changes of body which appear from childhood to boyhood, and from boyhood to youth, and again from youth to old age. From old age, the change is transferred to another body. This has already been explained in the previous verse. Transference of the atomic individual soul to another body is made possibly by the grace of the super soul. The super soul fulfills the desire of the atomic soul as one friend fulfills the desire of another. The Vedas, like the Mundaka Upanishad as well as the Svetasvatara Upanishad, compare the soul and the super soul to two friendly birds sitting on the same tree. One of the birds, the individual atomic soul, is eating the fruit of the tree, and the other bird, Krishna, is simply watching his friend. Of these two birds, although they are the same in quality, one is captivated by the fruits of the material tree, while the other is simply witnessing the activities of his friends. Krishna is the witnessing bird, and Arjuna is the eating bird. Although they are friends, one is still the master and the other is the servant. Forgetfulness of this relationship by the atomic soul is the cause of one's changing his position from one tree to another, or from one body to another. The Jiva soul is struggling very hard on the tree of the material body, but as soon as he agrees to accept the other bird as the supreme spiritual master, as Arjuna agreed to do by voluntary surrender unto Krishna for instruction, the subordinate bird immediately becomes free from all lamentations. Both the Mundaka Upanishad and the Svetasvatara Upanishad confirm this. Samane Vakse Purusu Nimagno Nisaya Sukati Muyamana Justam Yada Pasyati Anyam Isam Asya Mahimanam Iti Vita Sukha. Although the two birds are in the same tree, the eating bird is fully engrossed with anxiety and moroseness as the enjoyer of the fruits of the tree. But if in some way or the other he turns his face to his friend, the Lord, and knows his glories, at once the suffering bird becomes free from all anxieties. Arjuna has now turned his face towards his eternal friend Krishna and is understanding the Bhagavad Gita from him. And thus, hearing from Krishna, he can understand the supreme glories of the Lord and be free from lamentation. Arjuna is advised herewith by the Lord not to lament for the bodily change of his old grandfather and his teacher. He should rather be happy to kill their bodies in the righteous fight so that they may be cleansed at once of all reactions from various bodily activities. One who lays down his life on the sacrificial altar or in the proper battlefield is at once cleansed of bodily reactions and promoted to a higher status of life. So there was no cause for Arjuna's lamentation.
Thank you. Very nice reading. Thank you. Jatan.
Yeah.
That's very nice. Yes, so the verse again, text 22, is as a person puts on new garments, giving up the old and giving up the old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless one. So it's comparing the body to a garment, like a coat, a shirt, etc. So when the shirt becomes old, soiled, worn, take it off, throw it, and put on fresh clothes. Similarly, the soul does that at the time of death. The body is taken away from the soul, the body falls off the soul, and then the soul gets a new material body. So here in Krishna is trying to help Arjuna to see, look, the body will die. No matter if you fight now and take the body, it's still going to die. The body is going to die. And Bhishma will have to get a new material body anyway. So herein Krishna is trying to encourage him. Changing bodies is inevitable. Again, Arjuna's refusal to fight will not protect Bhishma, will not protect his grandfather, Drona, or anyone else on the battlefield from having to change bodies. Thus Krishna once more defeats Arjuna's arguments So in the purport, Srila Prabhupada explains the relationship, gives an example of two birds sitting in a tree. Yes?
Yeah.
So one bird is the Paramatma and the other is the Atma. So one is the super soul and one is the soul. The body, what we have here, is compared to the tree. Yes? The different senses, the outlets in the body, are like branches that we go out and we're trying to enjoy the fruits of this world through the branches on the tree. Yes? We're trying to enjoy this body in this world. It's like the fruits on the tree. So now, this happens because the Atma has become disconnected from the Paramatma, which are both situated within the heart of the material body. So the Paramatma, the supreme super soul, super consciousness, is always present. And we can connect to super consciousness, higher consciousness. We can connect to that if we give our attention and we give our desire, if we desire. And if we have guidance, we can reconnect. However, the majority of people in the material world have turned away from Krishna, turned away from Paramatma, and then they go out through the senses into this world, and now are trying to get the fruits of this world. Or maybe I'll get this thing for my eyes, this thing for my nose, this thing for my ears, this for my tongue, this for my sense of touch. In this way, all of our awareness is going out through the senses into this world, and Krishna here is just watching this. He's like, okay, oh, you're going that way. Oh, you want to do this thing, okay. He's not interfering with the free will. Not interfering with free will. But he's sitting there presently as a witness, just awaiting our turning back towards him. So, when we turn back towards him, then there is a transference of Sat Chit Ananda, eternal knowledge and bliss. Yes? So when we reconnect the Atma and the Paramatma, there is enlightenment. And when we disconnect, there is ignorance. So this is what Srila Prabhupada is pointing out here in the purport. And when we go out into this world, then we think, oh, this is my relative. Right? These are my relatives. They're relative to what? Relative to your soul? Or relative to your body?
To my blood, body, yeah.
Body, right? So they're relative. Relative. They're not absolutes. You don't say, these are my absolutes. It's my mother, she's my absolute. She's my relative. These are my cousins, they're my relatives. Relative to your body. So, when we go out, then we get attachments to these things that are relative to our body. But Krishna is immediately saying, hey, wake up, Arjuna. You are not this body, you are the soul. Turn back towards, now you're turning back towards me. Krishna is saying, I am non-different from the super soul inside your heart. The super consciousness that is present in your heart. Because you have turned away, I can't interfere with your free will. But I can, based on my desire, get into your reality and give you opportunities to hear about me. Yes? So Krishna, in the form of Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna is outside, his awareness is outside, he's on the battlefield, he's looking through his eyes, his senses. But the same super soul, Krishna, has manifested in his external reality and is giving him the same knowledge in the form of Bhagavad Gita as it is. In this way, Arjuna will become knowledgeable. He becomes Sat Chit Ananda again. But right now, he's still Asat Achit Nir Ananda. He's still confused. So he's thinking that Bhishma Bhishma's body is a good reason for him not to do his spiritual duty, the function of his soul. So his relative duty of this world is getting in the way of his eternal duty as a soul. It's a conflict.
So basically that would mean that, for example, even if he kills them, the soul, so let's say that's an evil soul or an evil ideology, that's going to get passed on to another body anyways.
Oh yes. Yeah, like you said soul. According to the Bhagavad Gita, there's two bodies. You made that nice distinction, yeah. If you have two bodies, you have the body made of earth, water, fire, air, and ether.
Yeah.
Krishna says in the 7th chapter, I believe it is, Bhumir apo nalo vayu kam mano bodhar evacha ahankara itiyame bina prakrita ashtada. So there's 8 coverings on the soul. 5 of them are very heavy. The earth, the potassium in the bones, water, well it's like 75-80% liquid. Earth, water, fire, the fire of digestion that heats the body, the homeostasis. Earth, water, fire, air is in the body. Earth, water, fire, air, and ether, the space, or the space within which sound travels, according to Vedas. So that's the body. If you take away that body, the soul will still be within the other 3 elements, mind, intelligence, and false ego. So you take this body, but the soul will, by this shape of the mind, will get another body. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita later on, he says when the body dies, then the state of mind, you get, by the vibration that you have in your mind, the concepts you have in your mind, you attract another body, like the law of attraction. You attract another parent, another eye, kind of eye, ear, nose, tongue. They all group around the mind. It's the mindset that's attracting it's the subtle that's attracting the gross. Yes, it's the inner thing which is attracting manifesting the external situation. So that happens when you, like you said, if Bhishma Dev has this wicked concept in his mind, you take away his body, then that taking away of the body will somehow cleanse his mind. It will correct his mentality. So when he dies with that correction in his mind, it will purify him. Yeah, does it make sense?
So it's like, for example, me. As we grow, we observe things differently. At let's say 18, my attachments or something that could make me happy would be different as compared to what it is now. A minor example would be like meeting my friends. Right? At 18 it was fun, but now it's like working or getting a job is something that is giving me happiness.
Yes.
So end of the day, the soul is same, but my body is observing different things. And that's how I'm getting attached to the right things. Like, this is what it means in some way.
What you were saying up until the point, everything you were saying is that yes, I'm a soul inside the body changes.
Body changes through me, like through my mind or through my eyes or through what I think I could get attached to or what I think is my likeness or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. You gave a good example, like at different stages of your life. Yeah. Like when I was a kid, I used to have plastic toys. You know, He-Man? Yeah. It's like a cartoon character. There was toys. And I used to bug my mom, can I get this toy? Yeah. Can I get this toy? And then I would be like bugging her, you know, give me. What would I do with that now? I don't want to. But when I was a kid, I had this small body, and I had these desires inside my mind. And those desires were pushing me to behave in a certain way and to demand certain things. Then, as you said, when you're 18, you have desires for something else, to hang out with friends. And then as you're a developing male, you want to build your financial status. So you're the soul, the body is changing, and you're becoming aware of the different shape of the body and the different desires that are growing as the body matures. So you're aware, you are observing the body and mind change, but you're not the body and the mind.
I am the soul.
You're the Atma. And you're only observing this because we're only all observing this because we're giving our awareness to it. And that's natural, that's called material life. But within a human form, then there's a great opportunity for turning the awareness within, connecting the awareness back to the Paramatma. And we do this through mantra. Man means mind and tra means to deliver. Like these words, transport, transfix, transcend. So mind transportation. We want to bring our mind, a mind which all of our ideas, all of our concepts, we want to bring our subtle energy away from the external world, away from external source, and bring it back to the mantra. And the mantra, the Atma and Paramatma will be connected through the mantra. So this is like a conscious intention that, right, I'm going to chant this mantra as a conscious offering, a suyagya, a good sacrifice for the sake of the Supreme. Another name for Vishnu is yagya, suyagya. So yes, that's the benefit of a human form. An animal as far as we know, animals don't have this. Although some cats, they look like they're meditating most of the time. Sometimes they're sitting there just like completely... and there are some histories of animals. One of our teachers, he has a book called Animals in Krishna Consciousness. And there's some, if you go to some temples in India, you'll see many times the monkey comes in, sits down and listens to the Ramayana. Just sits down and listening, comes up to the sadhu and starts giving him blessings. Or every day the same cow will come to the temple and bow down before the temple and then just keep walking. In our temple, in ISKCON temple in Vrindavan, there's one bird, small little bird with yellow beak. Every morning I'm sitting there chanting japa, Hare Krishna, Hare. The same thing, same bird comes in the same door every morning, walks around Tulsi, the holy basil plant, walks around for 10-15 minutes, keeps walking around with all the devotees, then goes out the door and gone. Every morning, same bird. I say, hey, what is... There's no food here. There's nothing. He's not eating any food on the ground. He just comes in, walks around. I was there for a month. I was this bird coming every day. So that's a soul inside a body. And the soul inside the body, maybe because of the vibration, the holy vibration there is experiencing, the Atma is experiencing something, even though it has a covering of a body. But in a human form of life, we have the ears to hear a spiritual message. We have a free will to experiment with that spiritual message. And then when we experiment with it, according to the recommended process, through the yogic process, then we can have a connection. That connection can bring us to our eternal identity. And that can give us like satchit, that can give us like peace, can give us fulfillment, satisfaction within. So then when we have this loving connection, Hare Krishna, when we have this satisfaction in our hearts, then when we come out when we open our eyes again, we're not going out to grab things from outside because we're already fulfilled inside, right? Because we just have this fullness inside. So then when we look outside, it's not...
We don't get attached to the things that are material or outside.
Because you're not looking...
Exactly. Feelings or whatever.
Yes. You're looking at the world through the eyes of knowledge. Hare Krishna Prabhu. Jai, nice to see you. You're looking at the world through the eyes of knowledge and also through the eyes of satisfaction. If you're always hungry, every shop is like, where is the food? Where is the food? But if you're fully satisfied, you're not looking for a restaurant. You're not looking for food. Similarly, when we're spiritually connected, we're not looking for, we're not trying to get something from the material world. We're not trying to get something. Actually, we're shining with Satchit and Ananda energy, and we're wanting to give. We're seeing people, oh, he thinks that these material things will make him happy. But he hasn't connected the Atma and the Paramatma, so he's obviously running around in the material world, desperately trying to get some bank balance, some material acquisitions, bring them close, stack them around him, and hope that something will touch his soul, but it will never touch his soul. The most beautiful girl will never satisfy his soul. The nicest Bugatti will not satisfy his soul. You know, the big greatest bank balance will not. Being the most powerful man in the world, the king of the castle, will not satisfy his soul. It becomes more and more gross, the need to manipulate the material energy. Oh, I got what it was. I had an idea. I thought this thing would make me happy. Then I got it. Then the pursuance of it was exciting. The acquisition of it was satisfying. But then after a while, it was the temporary pleasure. It fell apart, like all material things. So then it's like, oh, but if I do it like this, you know, then I will. Then the excitement happens again, the chase, the acquisition, and then it's like, oh no, I have an idea. Let's do it this way. So that's called the Maya, material life. So Arjuna his consciousness is he's playing this part of someone whose consciousness is in this bewildered by this kind of idea that material pleasure comes from the external thing. Krishna is saying no. And Prabhupada is pointing out there's the Atma and the Paramatma. You're going out into the tree trying to enjoy. Krishna is just waiting there to give you everything your heart desires. That's what the Svatara Upanishad says. The Makunda Upanishad is saying. Mundaka Upanishad. So we'll continue with thank you very much for your reflections. The next verse is text number 23. What is your good name, young
Nikita.
Nikita?
Yeah,
Are you good at reading?
I don't know.
Read. We'll give you 10 out of 10. We'll give you an
I
assessment.
don't need the mark things. The soul can be never cut to pieces by the
Good.
weapon, nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind.
Okay, very good. So here Krishna is saying, he's describing the nature of the soul. He's saying that it cannot be cut by any weapon. Arjuna has these amazing weapons. As a warrior, he's been blessed by all of the celestial beings with amazing, powerful arrows. Also, he has been given mantras, and these mantras, from the sound vibration, he can produce amazing weapons. Astras, they're called astras. And he has amazing powers as a warrior, as a sword fighter, as a bowman. He can fight with so many different varieties of weapons. So Krishna is saying, your weapons, if you hit Bhishma with a weapon, you cannot touch the soul. If your arrow goes in his body, you won't touch the soul. Krishna is, Krishna is giving a different example. So here, Burijan Prabhu in his book, he says, Arjuna is a great kshatriya, a warrior, and he has an arsenal of powerful weapons. Although he has a hard-tempered sword, that sword cannot cut the soul. Although he possesses a fire weapon, that fire cannot burn the soul. Neither can his water weapons inundate it, nor his wind weapon wither the eternal soul. He's saying you have no power here to kill the soul inside Bhishma's body. That's what's being said here. Let's see the time. We have 15 more minutes. It's the main point from this purport. Let me see the soul. We can go on to text number 24. Mataji, would you like to read? Text 24. Just the verse in English.
This individual soul is unbreakable and insoluble and can be neither burned nor dried. He is everlasting, present everywhere, unchangeable, immovable, and eternally the same.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, more qualities of the soul, of the Atma. Arjuna has forgot this, so Krishna is trying to remind him. The soul is, first he says an individual soul. Yes? So he's saying inside your body there's a soul, inside your body there's a soul, inside their body there's a soul. It's not that it's all one spiritual energy, and when you take away the body it would all become one spiritual energy. No. It's all like individual particles. Just like sometimes the impersonal yogis and meditators will say, give the example, that when the body is removed, when there's liberation, the body is removed, then the soul, the Atma inside the body, they will all merge and become one Atma, Brahman. Yes? They say like, this is what the impersonal philosophers say. So, and then they give an example, just like many rivers are separated and then they flow into the ocean and they become one. Yes? But the only problem is that's a very surface view of the ocean. Is the ocean one entity? Or is the ocean made up of billions of molecules, individual molecules? It's made up of individual billions of molecules, yes? But to call it one thing would be a very shallow vision of the ocean, right? But if you ask a scientist or a quantum physicist, they say that's not one thing. There's billions and billions of dancing individual particles. They're all same in quality of the whole, but they're different in quantity. They're individual quantities. So Krishna is iterating the individual soul. It's unbreakable. Cannot break it. It is insoluble. Cannot be diluted, cannot be... what does the word soluble mean? Dissolve, right? Dissolve. Can somebody has Google, they can look up the meaning of insoluble? Can you check? The meaning of insoluble. And can be neither burned nor dried. So there's nothing, you cannot harm the soul. He is everlasting, means it doesn't die, present everywhere, unchangeable, immovable, and eternally the same. So you take away this body, the soul will remain the same. There's nothing will happen to the soul.
Impossible to solve.
Impossible to?
Solve or incapable of being dissolved.
Yeah, dissolve. Cannot dissolve him.
Yes.
Cannot dissolve the soul. Means you keep it in water, it will not dissolve.
Cannot become less.
Hmm?
You can't become less.
Cannot become less.
Can't become less, can't become diluted.
Yes.
It's the same strength, consistency.
Huh.
I think with alcohol is soluble,
Oh, yeah.
so that it would become less, like water than wine.
Water down wine, yeah. Prabhupada said like this, yeah. Don't water down the philosophy. You know, he said he said boil the milk and make it thicker. This is like boiling the milk, discussing, but don't water it down just to satisfy some other people. Don't dilute it. Dilute it and make it dissolved. So, here I can read a little bit. You have a book, Keith? Could you read the purport to 24? Yeah, it's all these qualifications.
All these qualifications of the atomic cell definitely prove that the individual soul is eternally the atomic particle of the spiritual, and you remain the same atom eternally without change. The theory of monism is very difficult to apply in this case, because the individual soul is never expected to become one homogeneously. After liberation from material contamination, the atomic cell may prefer to remain as a spiritual spark in the effluent trays of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But the intelligent souls enter into the spiritual planets to associate with the Personality of Godhead. The word Sarvagita, all pervading, is significant because there's no doubt that living entities are all over God's creation. They live on the land, in the water, in the air, within the air, within the earth, and even within fire. Belief that they are sterilized in fire is not acceptable, because it is clearly stated that the soul cannot be burned by fire. Therefore, there is no doubt these are living entities, that there are living entities also in the sun planet with suitable bodies to live there. If the sun globe is uninhabited, then the word Sarvagita, living everywhere, becomes meaningless.
Srila Prabhupada has such a universal vision, bringing out such a universal perspective. He's saying that if the soul cannot be touched by water or fire, then that means that even on the earth or the sun planet, within the vicinity of the sun, then souls can live there. They can live there, but in bodies made of fire. Just like we have a body which cannot live under the water, but there's bodies which can live and adapt to living under the water. We cannot do that. But there are entities, there's souls inside bodies which are suitable for living under the water. And of course, as we know from science and exploration, that there's living entities that can live in ice. We couldn't do that because so we have a particular body, but there's living entities inside the body, and that living entity, they can also live in different parts of the universe. So therefore they are sarvagata. They are present. The living entity is present everywhere. It's present within every element of material creation. The living being is there. So this knowledge that Krishna is giving Arjuna, it's immediately taking him. Imagine he's sitting there, he's crying, he's looking at his family members, and Krishna says, that's not that body that you're seeing right there, that's not the person, the soul inside the body. Last week we were saying, when I was coming here, I got the bus, and I was telling about, I was writing some notes. You have this journal, and I have a chart, so I check, it's like a right draw chakra system, and then I tick off all the things that I've been exercising. So one boy that was sitting in front of me, African-Irish boy, he turned around, he saw I was drawing, and I noticed he was watching a video about chakras on his phone. And I was like, okay, he's watching, maybe I should say hello, but I was busy doing my own thing. So I didn't interrupt him, but he turned around and he saw me. He said, you know about the third eye? I was like, okay, yeah, I heard of it, yeah, it's something I know. So we had this conversation, and I said, yeah, I'm studying this Bhagavad Gita, and it gives you spiritual vision. And he was like, the third eye is like spiritual vision? And I was saying, yeah. I said, practically it's like this. And the bus was stopped, and we're on the top, at the back. I said, you look out at the bus stop, you see this girl here, a young girl, and she was attractive. So I said, you see this girl? What do you think? And he's like, oh yeah, she's pretty girl. Now I said, okay, now if I put a magnifying frequency of your eye, if I turn up the magnifying frequency of your eye, Hare Krishna, then to a microscopic level, the same person you're looking at, you zoom in and you can see the skin, bacteria crawling on the skin pores, yes, parasites, etc. Now he's like, hey, he was getting this vision and it's like, oh, he went from wanting to enjoy to disgust based on his magnification of his eye, yes? It's changing his vision. Now we were saying, now let's turn up the magnifying frequency again to X-ray vision. What can you see? Oh, I can see the skeleton. He's seeing in his mind's eye. See her jaw moving, you see her bones moving. And then he's like, wow, it went from lust to disgust. And then from disgust to wow, interest. Oh, that's interesting. Then I said, now, if we apply spiritual vision, then what will you see? And he was like, you will see the chakras. He was saying this chakra. And I said, yes. Not only will you see that, but you will see the please take a seat, be comfortable. Thank you very much. Not only will you see this, but you will see the soul and the super soul situated in the body, just like the yogis see. See, the body is like the tree, the soul and the super soul are sitting there. So he was like, wow. I said, that's spiritual vision. That's what Bhagavad Gita is teaching us. After we look at this book, and then we look at the world, we see completely different. So Arjuna was seeing things a certain way. After associating with Krishna, he looked at Bhishma and Drona and all his family, and he's looking, he's like, hey. Immediately taken away from his relative attachment to their bodies. Such a profound transformation, right? So that's what's in the process of happening to Arjuna. He's getting the knowledge. But the knowledge, the theoretical knowledge alone is not enough to change his emotional state. So in the next verses, we'll read 25, and then from 26, he's starting to explain from a more common sense point of view. But we'll read text number 25. Suyagya, can you read again, please? 20, just the verse, please.
It is said that the soul is invisible, inconceivable and immutable. Knowing this, you should not grieve for the body.
Great. Again, further descriptions of the soul. Emphasizing and getting it very clear to Arjuna. This is the nature of the soul, and you're the soul. So purport, by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. As described previously, the magnitude of the soul is so small for our material calculation that he cannot be seen even by the most powerful microscope. Therefore, he is invisible. As far as the soul's existence is concerned, no one can establish the existence experimentally beyond the proof of Shruti, or Vedic wisdom. We have to accept this truth because there is no source of understanding the existence of the soul, although it is a fact by perception. There are many things we have to accept solely on the grounds of superior authority. No one can deny the existence of his father, this is the example, based upon the authority of his mother. There is no source of understanding the identity of the father except by the authority of the mother. Similarly, there is no source of understanding the soul except by studying the Vedas. In other words, the soul is inconceivable by human experimental knowledge. So here in Srila Prabhupada is saying, if you want to know who your father is, then how can you narrow it down? Who do you have to ask? Who knows? At least the mother now in these days, maybe the mother could narrow it down. But if you want to know, you would ask your mother, who did you have a relationship with? But of course, in a more traditional society, the lady would have been with one person, and she would know who the father was. Similarly, if you want to know about your soul, then the Vedas are compared to the mother. So here we are, souls in the material world. We're disconnected from Paramatma, and we're wandering around, and we're looking for a connection. So then it's explained that these Vedas are like our mother, and by studying the Vedas, she can direct us back towards our Father. Does it make sense? So the Veda is Shruti. Shruti means to hear. Shruti means to listen, to hear. So if we read Bhagavad Gita, if we study the Vedas and we listen, then those instructions will give us actions to practice, a sadhana or a daily practice. That daily practice we'll do, and then we are turning our consciousness back in towards the Father. So the Vedas are like the mother, and the Super Soul of Krishna, Bhagavan, is like the Father. So the soul is consciousness and conscious. That is also the statement of the Vedas. And we have to accept that. Unlike the bodily changes, there is no change in the soul. As eternally unchangeable, the soul remains atomic in comparison to the infinite supreme soul. So he's making a distinction between the individual soul and the supreme soul. The individual soul is atomic. The supreme soul is infinite, and the atomic soul is infinitesimal. Therefore, the infinitesimal soul, being unchangeable, can never become equal to the infinite soul or the supreme personality of Godhead. This concept is repeated in the Vedas in different ways just to confirm the stability of the conception of the soul. Repetition of something is necessary in order that we understand the matter thoroughly without error. So again, you'll notice in this section of verses, the same thing is being said in different ways. You're not the body or the soul is like this. You're not the body or the soul is like this. Again, trying to reiterate the point. And then he's explaining that the individual soul is infinitesimal, and the supreme soul is infinite. So the individual soul never becomes more powerful than the infinitesimal soul. They're same in quality, but different in quantity. Qualitatively one, quantitatively different. When you go to different schools of yoga, then like for instance in Astanga yoga, Asta means 8 and Anga means parts. So the 8 processes of yoga, the culmination, these are preached by Patanjali Muni. The culmination of yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, dharana, dhana, pratyahara, all these different steps, they lead to samadhi. Samadhi means to be absorbed in Ishvara. Patanjali said the goal of yoga is Ishvara Pranidhan. That the Ishvara is the wealth of my life, prana. So in some schools of yoga, they teach that when you control the body through asana, you control the breathing and the mind by your intelligence, and you bring your consciousness under full control, and you bring your consciousness aligned with the Paramatma, then you will see the Ishvara, the Paramatma. And when you see the Paramatma, depending on who your guru is, if your guru is a impersonal guru, he will say, that is you. He will say, you are that. But Krishna and Prabhupada is saying, no, you are not that. That is the infinite, and you are the infinitesimal. You are not that. You have a relationship with that. And that's where Bhakti Yoga begins. Bhakti Yoga begins when you see Bhagavan and you realize, I am a servant, I am a loving, related servant to this entity. But if you have an impersonal guru, he will say, that is you. You are God. And that's like a spiritual suicide. Because now you don't engage with this, you think, I am this. And then it's like a merging. You just don't relate to it, don't engage, don't serve. It's just like remaining on the peripheral. Remaining like an inert, inactive living entity. Just suspended in Brahman, around the Supreme Being, in the spiritual light. Bhakti means that you go from being inactive to acting for the pleasure of the Supreme. Then there is rasa, ananda. So when we connect, but in order to know this, we're very lucky that we have a guru who knows the different stages of the Atma, Paramatma, and what is the relationship. So, yes, we are running, time has passed. So I hope this knowledge was of some benefit. I know it was for me. So thank you very much for your association. Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai. So now from 7 till 9 we have Kirtan. So we give some theory, some practical. So we want to connect the Atma and Paramatma. We do this through mantra. So now we're going to bring our senses, our ears, our voice, our full consciousness to the mantra. So we're bringing everything to the mantra, and we're just going to allow our ear to hear each syllable. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. It's called mantra meditation. So we're singing the mantra, we're hearing it, and in this way we're doing a bhakti yoga. We're trying to bring Hare Krishna together, Radha Krishna together. In this way we're acting according to us as a soul. Yes? So this is the idea of this kirtan. So if I get someone to take these books, and they can go on the shelf here, and we can do some singing. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami iti namine Namaste Sarasvati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pastyatya Desha Tarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All of the men together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama. Ladies, your turn. All together, ladies. Gentlemen, one more time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Ladies, please. Everybody together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Gentlemen. Ladies, please. Gentlemen. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Ladies, please. Hare Krishna. Gentlemen, one more time. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ladies, one more time. Everybody together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Gentlemen. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama. please. Ladies, please. Everybody together, please. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. One more time, all together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, oh oh, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All of the men, please. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ladies, please. Gentlemen, hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Ladies, one more time, please. Gentlemen, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ladies, all together. Everybody all together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, everybody together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, one more time. Hare Krishna, one more time. Hare Krishna, much louder. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Bolo. Rama. Shudanam. Hey, listen. Everybody follow. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo bolo. Everybody, loud as you can. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Suyagya. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Bolo bolo, hey, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everybody together. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Prabhu, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, everybody, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All together. Hare Krishna, together. No? Yeah. Okay. Bolo Baba. Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, everybody together, much louder. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, You can all put your hands in the air like this. Can you put your hands in the air like this? Stand up, stand up, stand up. Put your right leg to the left like this, and your left leg to the right like this. Like this. This is called Swami step. Can you say Swami step?
Swami step.
Very good, very good. Madanga. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Mata ki Jai! Panchatattva Bhagavan ki Jai! Radha Govinda ki Jai! Gita Gola Hari Bol! You can all take a rest. That was just to stretch your legs. Who's next? Huh? You can all relax now and chill out. Take a seat. Somebody else will. Do you want to sing? You can sing. I can play, or you can.
Okay.
So now you can turn down the lights a little bit, and after all that dancing, you can take some deep breaths and just bring your consciousness back to your heart, away from your legs and your arms. Who's singing? You're singing? This one is up? Yeah. This one is for Michael.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Premanande.
Hori Bol. Oh. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Hare कीर्तन याग की जय।